Okay, so you've turned your Coolius machine on and it's beeping, and on the screen here it says maintenance will expire soon, call for service. What do I do? All right, so this message comes up 30 days before the machine actually needs a service. So call for service, talk to your worst sales rep, you need to purchase a filter and some oil. After the 30 days, this message will change and it will go to maintenance expired, and it's going to lock you out of the machine. So it's important we do our maintenance. So I'll just stop that and turn that machine off. All right. So we've ordered our parts, they've arrived. So we've got our filter, we've got our vacuum pump oil here. That's the only parts we need to do the service. Tool-wise, we need a Phillips head screwdriver, pair of multi-grips, and a 4mm Allen key. I've got it on a ratchet here, but a 4mm Allen key. And of course, a little tray to drain the oil in, always handy. So what we first need to do is we need to do a recovery on the system. What that'll do, if there's any refrigerant in the hoses or the internal lines, it'll suck it all in and put it in the cylinder inside. So we'll do that at the moment. We go into open program. We go into recovery. We just run through that and we just do a quick recovery on the system not connected to everything. Now if there's no gas in there, it'll pretty much just go to finish, which it's done this time. So now there's no gas in the system that can get out whilst we're doing the service. So I'll just stop that. Now, an important thing, take the power out. Before we play inside the machine, always disconnect the lead. Okay, so we've removed the front cover and now we can expose all the workings of the machine inside. So this is an A10. In this model, the filter is here. If you've got an A50 or an A30 or a Y50 as well, the filter's located in the back. So we've got the filter we've got to replace, and we've got the vacuum pump down here, and we need to replace the oil in there. So to remove the filter, and I'll jump around this way, excuse my back, just with your multi-grips on top. They're not very tight, they're only just nipped up, and we spin the filter off. There may be a little bit of refrigerant in there was none in there. Now always wear gloves just in case. So that's the remove filter. To put the new filter on, remove the cap. Now there is on the front here, and I'll come closer to the camera, we've got 2 O-rings, and we do need to lubricate those O-rings. So I've got a little bit of rubber grease here, which I'll just apply. Not too much, just a little bit, just give it a little bit of lubrication. So as you can see, just a little smear of grease on both O-rings, and now we can fit the filter. Okay, so I've screwed the new filter on, and just with my multi-grips again, just nip it up like that. Okay, so that's the filter replaced. The next thing we need to do is the vacuum pump oil. So we just put a little tray underneath here, move those wires out of the way. Now there's a drain plug here for draining the oil, and obviously up the top here we have the filler plug. So we'll just put that out of the way, and we'll remove the drain plug. And there we go. We're draining out the oil. Now in the oil, there will be quite a lot of water because it's the vacuum pump's job is to remove moisture from the air conditioning system. A lot of that moisture gets caught in the vacuum pump oil. It's why you must change the vacuum pump oil, because you can cause rust and things if you don't. Okay, so the oil's drained out. That's just taken a couple of minutes. We'll just plop the plug back in. Okay, and now we need to add the oil. Now one little tip I'll give you about the oil when you add it in, it goes from empty to really full really fast. So we just put a little bit in at a time, because although there is a minimum and a maximum line on the little window in the vacuum pump where you can see the oil level, we actually don't want to fill it up much past the minimum line because you need to check the oil with the vacuum pump running. All right, so if we overfill it and fill it up to the max line, what can happen is oil can spit out of the breather and just make a mess everywhere. So always just fill it just above the minimum, and then you check it when it's running. So let's put some oil in. It's always a good idea, as I said, just to stop and have a look every so often, because it does go from empty to full really fast. So that's the perfect oil level, just above minimum. So we'll just put the cap back on. Now that's it for the service. We're just going to put the front back on. But now we need to put the new code in. So to get the code, we've got to go into the Coolius portal. Now, if you have a Coolius machine, you already have access to the Coolius portal. And in there, you'll find obviously your service codes that you get to reset the internal clock in the machine, but also your updates, so new vehicles to be added in the machine, and also any bug fixes that they may have wanted to fix on the machine. So I'm going to screw the front on, and I'll get my friend Pete to show you how to get the code.
Please ensure you have the machine serial number and the old code that is displayed on the Coolius machine screen. We'll now go to our computer and we'll log into the Coolius portal. We type coolius-ac.com, click enter. You'll come up with a login screen there. Don't do the serial number, but go to the login button. Enter your user details, which will be your email address and password that you set up initially when you purchased the machine. Click Login. Find your machine. Click Show Details, Unit History, and there you will see previous codes generated, the activation code and any previous maintenance codes. Go to Generate Maintenance Key. This will create a new maintenance key for today's service. Click Generate. You'll see the new maintenance key pops up on the left-hand side. You can write that down or you can close it. You can still reference this when you go back into the machine under Unit History. Click on Show Details, Unit History, and there you will see the reference for today's maintenance key with the date on the left. The code that was on the machine previously is under Code, and the new key there is on the right-hand side of the column.
Okay, so we've changed the filter, we've changed the oil, we'll put the front cover back on. We've been on the portal, to the Coolius portal, and we've now got our new maintenance code. All right, so now we need to go to the machine and we need to put this maintenance code in. And what that'll do is it'll reset the internal clock of the machine, so the next service will be due in 12 months' time, or every 3,000 minutes of the vacuum pump time, so whichever comes first. So coming on the screen and I'll show you where to put the code in. So we're at the Coolius home screen. I hit the select button in the middle and I go to the first service here, which is other selections. I go in there and then I scroll all the way across to the right to the one that says maintenance. Now I go in there, I scroll the wheel till I see counter reset. Now I go in there. Now the machine's going to beep at me, and on the screen here it's got this number here. That was the previous service key number or service code number. And it's always a good reference when you go onto the computer to reference this number. But anyway, so we've got that there. We want to continue on. So now we go in here, and I've got our new number on here. So I write this in. So I've typed that in, and of course on the screen it turns to hashes. So I've typed that in. No two codes are the same, by the way, so you just can't keep putting in the same code. It won't accept it. You must go onto the portal to get the new code. All right, so I've put my code in. It now tells me counter reset, confirm by X. I've got a red X button here. I push that button, right? It says counter reset, confirm again. So I push the red X button again, and that's it. My machine has now had the filter changed, the oil changed, the new code put in it. It won't beep and carry on there about needing a service for another 12 months or 3,000 minutes of the vacuum pump time, as I said, whichever comes first. So we can check that it's all accepted, which it will have anyway, but we can check. We go back and we go to next service. So it's in the same area as the counter reset. So we go in there and we can clearly see 3,000 minutes of vacuum pump time. We know it's been accepted. So I'll hit stop, get back to the home screen, and that's it. It takes 15 minutes to do a service on one of these. You don't have to send it out to anybody or wait for a technician to come in. Just talk to your worst sales rep when the message comes up to get a filter, to get some oil, jump onto your portal and your service is done. So there you go. Service your Coolius AC machine.